This is the Deep End Broadcasting Network.
43-time 20-goal scorer goes to the net. Right down the slot. It's Vince Dunn, and he scores. Going back to last season, Pasternak. Standing 3 games as his one-timer finds the back of the net. Through center and on the goal. Ovechkin has it in neutral towards the empty cage. He scores again. Alex Ovechkin one closer to 800. Where's the draw? Now it's a 3-on-2 for the Stars. Liddell carries up across ice. Landry, and they score! Glendening went to the net, redirects it. A short-handed goal makes it 4-1 Dallas. That will not make the coach happy.
What the puck is going on?
This is what the puck is going on for Wednesday, April the 5th, 2023. April in full swing. It is 90 degrees here in Virginia Beach, Virginia, the location of our Deep End Broadcasting Studios. Of course, always broadcasting from the beautiful shorelines of the Commonwealth. Okay, guys, let's get to it real quick. 3 games on the slate tonight. Nephew Dave should be chiming in here in a second. The most important thing we really have going are the 2 wild card races. Florida and the Islanders with 87 points occupy the last 2 wild card spots. Pittsburgh knocking on the door with 86, although they were in the house, kicked out of the house, and now they're knocking on the door trying to get back in, is what I should be saying. Buffalo has 2 extra games to play than everybody else. They've only played 76 games. They're at 81 points. So if they can make up a couple wins there, then theoretically that's going to put them just 2 points out of that same wild card hunt. But they need to win both of those. Losers last night in South Florida against the Panthers, who are red-hot winners of 4 in a row. Divisions to be decided, not quite yet with Carolina and New Jersey. Carolina still with the 3-point lead there over the Devils. All right, in the Western Conference, important playoff race there with Winnipeg, 89 points. Seattle seems to be safe at this point. Their 2 wins have done them well, 94 points. Should basically have them free and clear at this point. Maybe their magic number is down to 1 or 2, something like that, or even grab a point or 2 in overtime. But they're in good shape with 94 points. Winnipeg has 89. They occupy the last spot. Then there's Calgary with 87. Nashville with 86 points. Nashville wins in overtime against Vegas last night. Winnipeg and Calgary play tonight. So Winnipeg with 89 points. Calgary can catch up and have that same 89-point number if they can win against Winnipeg tonight. We'll see what Nephew Dave says about that game. Also, though, take note there, Winnipeg does play 1 extra game than Calgary. So does Nashville. So even if Nashville were to get that extra game win, then they would theoretically be ahead of Calgary with the 78 games played. As far as the conference, as far as the divisions go, not settled yet either. Colorado, Dallas, and Minnesota, a 3-way tie there in the Central. Each of those teams have 98 points. Colorado has 1 extra game left to play. So a 3-way tie now, 98, 98, and 98 here with 5 or 6 games to go, depending who you are. In the Pacific, Vegas has 104 points. Edmonton, 101. Los Angeles, 100. Good game between those 2 last night. Edmonton gets the win there. But 4 points. The Kings still technically alive to win that division. But each of those teams, 4 games left to play. Vegas, they just can get a couple more wins. And that should be enough to do the trick there. Let's see here. As far as getting the Pacific. Let me get some point spreads up. That's the one thing I didn't have up. I apologize for that. Ready to go? Yes, let's do it. Your odds are on the ticker for the 3 games tonight. Good games, but really really just one really good game. The other game really I don't think matters that much. We'll ask Dave what he likes. But at 7:35, that game, Tampa Bay is at the Rangers. Plus 100 for Lightning, minus 120 for the Rangers. Over under is 5.5. My first instinct is that it's an under game. Let's see if they have any goalies listed for this. Vasilevsky is listed for Tampa Bay, but both teams relatively comfortable in their positioning at this point. Tampa Bay is going to play Toronto in the first round, so their matchup is set. In a game that just really doesn't matter much, I can't really have that strong of an opinion on. I do have Nephew Dave's picks. He's on the other line arguing with someone about a bad bill. It's a bad billing. We'll just say that. So we'll let him take care of that. Maybe we get him on before we get through these 3 games. Maybe we don't. But I have his picks. But Lightning and Rangers, I can't say I have much of an opinion. I guess I would lean under, but who knows? I mean, you might not get that defensive effort from these guys tonight. That might just be free skate. There's Nephew Dave. Nephew Dave, is that you?
Yes, sir.
All right. I'm talking about the Rangers and the Lightning, the first game. I don't really have a pick. What about you?
Steve, so I got a little ticket going, and tonight I think I'm just going to take a couple chances because we're getting towards the end of the season, and that's basically until the playoffs start and things get a little bit more solid. Teams are basically in. We've got a little bit of a fight in the East, but with a couple games left, it's going to be hard to kind of pick and choose some things. So let's just take a couple chances, and I'm going to take the Rangers on the puck line at minus 1.5 for a plus 185 or a plus 210 number.
Oh, okay. All right. Interesting angle. I could see that. And like you said, it's just taking a dart. Nothing else better to do. Let's throw some hockey money down, especially with no baseball on tonight.
Yeah.
Okay, second game. Calgary Flames are at Winnipeg. This game does matter. Winnipeg is the short favorite at home, over under 6.5. We just talked about it. Winnipeg is ahead of Calgary in the standings for the wild card, and Calgary can officially catch up tonight. Can the Flames get it done, Dave?
Steve, I don't know. They've been playing all right, but I think the Jets have been starting to pick it up a little bit as well. And I've, done some reading and whatnot, and they seem that the confidence is growing there in Winnipeg. They are ready for the playoffs. And if that's the case, we know that Calgary played last night, and they lost 4-3 to none other than the Chicago Blackhawks, Steve. So a bad loss last time out on the back-to-back. Not usually a recipe for success. So, again, I'm going to take another shot, and I'm going to go Winnipeg at home minus 1.5 on the puck line at plus 185.
So a good win for Chicago there. Anaheim. I'm not going to have a play on that, Dave. Anaheim is 1-9 in their last 10 games, so they've officially packed it in. They do get Edmonton on the back-to-back. Edmonton winners of 5 in a row. Really good game that we thought may go over last night. Was certainly more of a playoff-style physical game, low scoring. So bad pick from us to go over in the Edmonton-Los Angeles game. But the back-to-back for the Oilers, 9-0-1 in their last 10. Anaheim 1-9, losers of 8 in a row, 1-9 in their last 10. Heavy favorites for Edmonton. What do you think happens here?
Steve, the only thing that I could find that I liked, we know Edmonton, like you said, on the back-to-back, but facing a team like Anaheim and the team that Edmonton has come to be, who we thought they were going to be at the beginning of the year when they were letting us down, they are right into their form, right where they want to be at this time of the year. So, Steve, I'm going to go with Edmonton on the money line and under 6.5. I don't think Anaheim gets too many, and I'm going to take the formula of most back-to-backs you can get an under from. So I think it's going to be all Edmonton here. So, again, on the money line and under 6.5. Maybe they win, 4-1. That still gets home for you. We get a plus 200 number out of it, so I figure why not? Let's just give that a shot.
I would expect a complete blowout here on part of Edmonton. Their total goals, though, over 4.5 is to get to minus 102. I like your angle with the under, knowing that Anaheim may actually not score too much in this game, maybe a goal or two at most. So maybe an alternate puck line here, minus 2.5 is only plus 114. Minus 3.5, though, is plus 280. And this could be a 5-1 affair, something like that, for Edmonton tonight. So really the one real main big game, obviously this is a big game for Edmonton, but the one big game on the slate is with Winnipeg and Calgary. Better slate of games tomorrow night. Let me pull those up real quick, see what we have as far as a preview for Thursday. Let's see, Maple Leafs and Bruins. Won't be too much to settle as far as that's concerned. Senators and Panthers may be something to keep an eye on, although the Senators are done at this point. Devils get the Blue Jackets at home. Hurricanes are at the Predators. That's an interesting game. That's going to mean something. The Islanders will be fortunate to get the Lightning on the back-to-back tomorrow. The Wild and Penguins, that should be a good game to discuss. Interconference matchup there where that means everything for both teams. How about that, Dave? A three-way tie top of the Central with Minnesota, Colorado, and Dallas now.
Yep, coming right down the stretch. Steve, I kind of think that's where we thought it would be come this time of year. And sure enough, three-way tie there with, 4, maybe 5 games left. The Wild versus the Penguins, I think in my book, has to be the game of the night there tomorrow.
Also tomorrow night will be Avalanche Sharks, and that won't mean as much. Well, for Avalanche it does, not for the Sharks. As far as a two-threat pronged attack, as far as the two teams meaning something for. Coyotes, Kraken, same boat. Better game with Kings and Golden Knights in Vegas. So that's going to go a long way in terms of the Pacific. And really, you parlay what happens with Edmonton there tonight. That's going to factor in for for tomorrow. Blackhawks, Canucks, not a game of interest really. Sabres, Red Wings. It'll matter for the Sabres. They still have a chance because they have those extra games to play. A pretty decent slate for tomorrow night. We'll take a look at that. All right, Dave, so your best bets are?
Best bets are going to be, let's see here. The Winnipeg Jets, minus 1.5, Rangers, minus 1.5, and Edmonton on the money line, plus under 6.5.
I'm going to take a lean with all the unders. Probably no official plays, but if I was going to play a ticket, I would just try all 3 unders and see if that works out. All right, Dave, we'll see what's up with tomorrow. Probably both of us in the studio. I'm thinking with the big slate, but we'll discuss off the air. All right?
Sounds good.
All right, good luck with your tickets. Everyone else out there tonight, good luck with yours. And we'll catch you tomorrow night on What the Puck is Going On.